They should spawn about there. It works. And a reload, of course. So they can't get up here yet. But they, like I said, they will explode. They're like suicide bombers in a way. Hello everyone, today we are doing another Nomadic demo review, and today the demo we are looking for is SOR OP Dark Shades, and this is a realistic first-person shooter from SNRC Studios, and what they are claiming to make up in the future is to have over 40 maps to be able to play in 7 different modes, including Team Deathmatch, Free-for-All, Domination, and a Zombie modes. And right now, what they have is not quite that, but that's what they are building up to. If you are a fan of the old Black Ops games, this will probably hit with you. And hopefully these devs keep pushing to get to the point of where they're wanting to be. Again, this is just the demo, so everything's not here yet. As you can see, they have a ton of stuff on the interface, a lot of advertising. Not a lot there yet, but a lot of advertising. What we can do is we can go into create a game, and you'll see, again, if you're a Black Ops fan, this might look familiar. Again, they have right now what's available is a PvP mode, so you can play with your friend on certain maps, and you can kind of go against each other, kind of like a team-based deathmatch type thing, or a free-for-all. Or, since we don't have that right now for the test out, what I have been looking at is the zombies, and I mean, that's what everybody loves, right? Zombies. You cannot join a match that is not available yet, but it will be coming, and when you get to these maps, what we have is we have 6 available layouts, basically 2 maps with 3 episodes, but it gets there. Let's take a look at what's going on in the match setting. Bot count, there is none because that's not an option here yet. And then, of course, the usual, that's what you could be looking into. And then if we go to start zombies, they actually do have some arsenals. The melee, they only have 1 melee. They only have 1 secondary, but it does have a few things you could customize it with. So the customization is there. And they have different weapons. We'll start with the M4A1. Everything here has like a very futuristic-y look. You even have some throwables from grenades or smoke. And as you can see, we're kind of like a little robot here. That's kind of what our characters look like. With that, I guess we're going to deploy into the first map. And you start off with a wave of zombies. It kind of looks like an airplane hangar from Star Wars is the vibe I get. And basically, they're just going to send waves and waves of enemies at us, and we're going to see how long we can survive. So, the waves get bigger each time. You live and you die. Or until you die, at least. And the thing about this map here is they all seem to spawn in one area. And of course, they're just budget clone zombies. They don't have anything unique to it yet. They all look identical. But that's okay, because they're just getting started. Eventually, I'm assuming there's going to be a few different models. To me, they don't even look entirely like zombies. They low-key look more like cyborgs. We got more cybernetic model than we got zombie model, and you can see some of them will drop ammo. Let's test the pistol. It has that, like, when you're at the carnival. Like, the carnival, and you shoot and it goes ping, 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 ping. That's kind of the vibe I get from that. But they all start in the same spot in this map. So this is a good map if you're just wanting to start out and test. We do have like the angle. And there we died. So we do have the angle where we can tilt and lean. And it has our score there, although it's not very accurate, I would per se. I think that says we got 36 kills overall. And then if you had friends, this is how it would load out, kind of like it would with the other old Black Ops games. Again, a lot of it seems very Black Ops-ish. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down to Odyssey level 1. This one's a bit different, and we're going to get that match started. Just so we can take a look at different stuff. We're also going to switch our weapon just so we can get a feel for it. And let's deploy. Ooh. This is an interesting location and a little bit bigger map. Let's go ahead and test the blade. It does seem like their pathing is a little lost, huh? Like they can't get up here. But yeah, the blade works all right. I can be happy with that. This is a much bigger map. Whee! And as I was saying, we have the... You can turn. I think that beeping as they will eventually blow up. I have had that happen a few times where they'll just kaboom. We also do have some grenades here. Let's test a grenade. They should spawn about there. It works. And a reload, of course. So they can't get up here yet. But they, like I said, they will explode. They're like suicide bombers in a way. Suicide cyborgs. That's okay, because we want to look into other maps too while we're testing this out. So that's a bigger map. Again, I don't think the zombie maps match, but we'll be on the PvP. And we'll take one more look here at another zombie map. Let's go Odyssey. Odyssey was bigger. Let's go Odyssey level 3. That looks kind of like Millennium Falcon style, I'm not going to lie. So you can definitely see where a lot of their inspiration is from. What's one thing we haven't tried yet? I've not tried anything with the shotgun. Main sight. I don't know why there's two different ones there. And like I said, you can add stuff. I don't think the flashlight or the laser works yet. I haven't been able to get that to work yet. And yeah, we'll just put some stuff down on there just to see how it goes. Ooh. So is that it? We just get a oneer? Or the other stuck somewhere? Oh, they stuck over here. So they definitely have some pathing issues. This is a very early on in the demo. But if you're looking for just a game to practice your shooting, and again, it'll probably be better with the PvP because you'll have friends there. Bang. Oh, that took 2 hits. You know what? We're going to do a crouch in. Again, bob weave. You can go on the floor prone. You can crouch. Looks like our flashlight is on. I don't know what makes it decide when to do that and when not to. You can change your fire mode, look like with V, if you have different fire modes. Again, one of the zombies are stuck. This is the first time testing this map, but that's how it is. So it looks like it has the idea of wanting to be Black Ops-esque with the futuristic mode. That looks like a urine pond, I'm not gonna lie. Start right up on us. Okay, getting a bit bigger. Shotgun definitely, and he got over the hill. He did. I didn't expect that. So yeah, some pathing issues. The maps don't look too bad. The maps don't look too bad, but the pathing is bad. I like the idea of where they're going. It's just, can they pull it off? Here, I'll show you what the PvP will look like. You have domination, you know, team-based capture points, free-for-all, no teams, it's a versus, gun game, no loadouts, versus no teams, skirmish, team-based point system, deathmatch, team-based but no points. So they got a lot of ambition here. And then, of course, I think the goal in the end, of course, this is demo version 0.1.4.2, so it's like way early on. And then eventually you'll be able to just join public lobbies like you would. I'm surprised there's not as much developed here for as big as the file size is. I can't remember the exact number off the top of my head. I downloaded this a few days before making this video, but it did take a while. And my internet's not that bad, but there's a lot of work to do. There's a lot of ambition here, and I hope that they can pull through with it. For the people who love the old COD style games, specifically like the Black Ops style, and they're looking for just a fun shooter, load up, get in a match, have that same vibe, not much of a story. I don't think there's going to be a story in this game by what I can tell, but who knows. This might get some attention in the future, but comment down below, what do you think? Do you think this is something that if they could fulfill would be interesting to you? Is this something that you play with your friends and have a good private time with each other? Or do you think that this is just going to be another flop because they're copying and pasting a little too close to what used to be a good game? I'll let that for people to decide down below. And if you have other demos you're wanting Nomadic Bule to test out and give an honest public review or showcase, reach out and we'll see what we can do. With that being said, thank you all for watching. Remember, we go live streaming every day except for Tuesdays and Thursdays, 7 p.m. Jakarta time, Kick, YouTube, and TikTok. With that being said, I appreciate y'all being here. I look forward to seeing you at the next one.